Nintendo has always been the company to experiment with different features that differentiate them from the competition. The biggest example is the Wii and its motion control gimmick, or the lesser known Game & Watch handhelds. Nintendo even made and patented the D-pad. Isn't that crazy? So it's no surprise that with the rise in popularity of social media, Nintendo would try and incorporate it into their products. In today's video, we're going to talk about Nintendo's first and second attempts at making a social platform for their users. Starting in 2012 with the launch of the Wii U, there was an application built into the system software called the miiverse. This app acted like a sort of forum for the various Wii U games, with each one getting its own dedicated community with their own posts, kind of like Reddit. You could share pictures from your favorite Wii U games, ask for help with a level you're struggling on, or just post a little doodle drawn on the Wii U's gamepad. That last part was actually such an important feature to the first Splatoon and its community that it would be brought back in the form of Plaza posts in Splatoon 2 and 3. Most first-party Nintendo games on the system had integrated miiverse features, like the stamps and ghosts in Super Mario 3D World, or Nintendo Land's Plaza, or the Smash 4 miiverse stage which displayed posts about the characters who were fighting in the background. There's definitely many other examples, but those are just the ones that come to mind as I'm writing this. You could also see posts from your recently played games when you first turned the console on. This was called the Wara Wara Plaza. I am struggling to say Wara Wara Plaza. Although the miiverse was built specifically with the Wii U in mind, it would come to the 3DS later in 2013. Now the miiverse sounds all fine and dandy on paper, but the platform wasn't without its issues. As many of you know, Nintendo's consoles have always been directed towards a family-friendly audience, and this was true especially during the Wii U era. As a result, little kids would run rampant on the miiverse platform, with little to no moderation to stop them. Now this wouldn't be a problem if the opposite extreme wasn't also true, that being the large amount of people taking advantage of Nintendo's lackluster moderation. For all the good things that came from the miiverse community, there were also many degenerates. For example, there was a trend called Miiverse After Dark, where users would post inappropriate drawings at times where the moderation team wouldn't be as active. Actually, people would just post inappropriate drawings all the time, as the moderation on the miiverse was that loose. A lot of communities also ended up very far removed from their original purpose, like the Super Luigi U community ending up as one big shitpost, or the YouTube community ending up as a weird cesspool of stupid children and weird role players. Miiverse would see a slow decline in its user base until 2017 with the release of the Nintendo Switch. This was the final nail in the coffin for the platform, as it would shut down the same year. Many people look fondly upon the miiverse, and I believe it could have worked if Nintendo put the extra effort into maintaining it. But as most of its users migrated to other, more popular social platforms like Twitter, I think the miiverse would be a waste of time if Nintendo were to try it again. But before shutting down the miiverse in 2016, Nintendo started to branch out to mobile platforms, bringing Nintendo characters to another platform for the first time. Their first application was this, a Mii-based social application called miitomo. Miitomo was like a mix between Tomodachi Life and Instagram, and also shared a little bit of DNA with Miiverse. The main purpose of the app was to take photos and interact with you and your friends' Miis. You could answer questions, play mini-games, and take and share photos of you and your friends' Miis to other social platforms. Being Nintendo's first ever app for mobile phones, there isn't really much to do with it. Miitomo wasn't a game, and it released at a time right before the next big Nintendo console. The decline in player base as well as a lack of compatibility with the Nintendo Switch's account system led to the app being shut down on May 9th, 2018, only 2 years after its initial release. Fans of these social experiences have been clamoring for Nintendo to try and make another one for the Switch, or its upcoming successor. But seeing as both of these were not very profitable, I don't think Nintendo would consider it. What do you think? Should Nintendo bring back the miiverse? Should they try something new? Leave a comment down below and like the video to help YouTube recommend it to others. Until next time, peace.